Everyone is fascinated with magic tricks, but few realize how easy most of them are to perform. Here are some of the famous tricks that have dazzled people for centuries. Eventually, we found out their simple mechanical explanations. Pigeon appearing. This trick involves making a pigeon appear out of thin air, as one might expect. Normally, this trick is accompanied by a bright flash, the distraction and key to this trick. It's so brief, however, that one doesn't really have time to figure out what's happening. As it turns out, the pigeon was stuffed into the magician's sleeve. The flash is just how they sneak the pigeon out without the audience noticing. Turning water into ice. There's a certain trick where a magician takes a cup of water, pours it into a cup, and then, when they pour it back out, ice comes out. As it turns out, the water wasn't the only thing added to the cup. The magician also sneaks the ice and a sponge into the cup. That way, the water gets absorbed by the sponge, leaving the ice as the only thing that can come out. Walking through a solid wall. No one can walk through solid walls aside from certain magicians, although in actuality, they can't walk through walls either. The sheet they put up is to help with their misdirection. As it turns out, there's actually a tunnel in the ground that the magician can pass under. Smoke from fingers. It would be pretty cool to be able to just produce smoke from your hands. It appears as though the mere friction of their fingers can cause smoke to come from some magician's hands. However, all is not how it seems. As it turns out, this trick can actually be rather dangerous. It requires you to take over the leftover phosphorus from a lit match and apply it to your fingers. The same friction you might use from striking a match against a matchbox will generate smoke on your fingers. Metamorphosis. This is a magnificent-looking trick that involves the magician getting into an opaque or otherwise difficult to escape from object while the assistant raises a curtain. When the curtain falls, the magician and assistant have switched places. Some magicians became so good at this trick they learned to do it in only 2 seconds. The trick is actually quite simple. In whatever object the magician's inside of, there's just an easy exit. The celebrity name pick. A common trick at parties and less flashy magicians, this trick involves having an audience say several names of celebrities, writing their names down, and placing them within a hat or envelope. The magician then has a volunteer pull out a name and guesses who it is, and sure enough, they'll be correct. The way they get around this is to just write the same celebrity's name on each piece of paper. That way, it doesn't matter which sheet the audience member picks, it'll be the same person.